is it.
Okay, here we are.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
my podcast. This is where the camera is, so look there. Yeah, I'm here with Brandon,
Hmm.
and Brandon is a musician. And yeah, I would like to very briefly introduce my project, which is about Robert Monroe's description of what our Earth could be looking like. And if you want something and it looks like a very desirable thing, it's
Hmm.
always good to keep talking about it, making music about it, and meditate on it. So I am now talking with musicians and all types of people to bring attention to this amazing solution that was described by Robert Monroe, and actually a whole lot of beings have been involved in setting this up and creating it over multiple lifetimes. So, and you don't have to do a lot. Everybody can do their little part, and then you can co-create this. I'm gonna go with the greenery in the background.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna try and walk
Oh
over
yeah.
here. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. Oh, we
But
have
let's
to.
let's just get in there so we're not in a narrow hallway.
Sure. I'm
Sorry.
gonna go on this side so that we have green
Beautiful.
stuff. So yeah, Brandon, you're a musician,
Yes, Brendan Daniel music.
and I just heard you play, and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And it's just music with the voice and the guitar, and
Yeah,
we're kind of looking for a green spot in the meantime.
we're gonna go over here and just kind of come into this little green area.
Okay, great. So would you please tell me a little bit about yourself and your music, and what happened that you turned into a musician? And
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so I guess my story is I grew up in a relatively musical family. My two older brothers were musicians, and we kind of grew up in a institutional. Let's go this way. Actually, this way. So sorry.
oh, that's okay. Because there's a
So
lot of music
I
here.
grew up in a kind of church. We'll go over here. Maybe there's less music. Like a churchy environment. So like my father was the worship leader at our church. Why don't we sit down right here? And is
Yeah,
this
it's a
green?
bit
Yeah.
windy here, so let's look for a spot where there's less
There we
wind
go.
for the sound.
Anyways, I made music with my siblings quite a bit, and eventually ended up being me and my brothers making music together, and developed into a band where we would play at open mics, local coffee shops. We called ourselves Town Meeting, and then the whole COVID protocols came along, and you want to hang right here? This
Sure.
seems good. The COVID protocols came along, and I obviously didn't receive any of the. I didn't really vibe with any of the things that were going on in terms of COVID. So I uh, I had written a bunch of other songs, and started doing some solo stuff, and then went to Porcupine Freedom Fest in New Hampshire.
And what you were writing, was it already about what was going on?
What I was writing, yeah, was about what was going on currently in the middle of COVID.
Okay. And yeah, just continue.
Yeah, so anyways, so I started writing that stuff. I went to a festival called Porcupine Freedom Festival in Lancaster, New Hampshire, which is
I know,
in
right?
the White Mountains in New Hampshire. And there I met a guy named Mike Miranda, who was in a band called the Mammals. And he recorded an entire album for me right then and there. And that basically sparked my solo project, because now I had an album, and now me and him are in a band together. And we write songs. We're called Red Pill Friends. We write songs about everything that's going on in the world, voluntarism, truth, liberty, freedom, everything.
Oh, red pill friends.
Red Pill
Wow,
Friends, yeah.
sounds very cool. Shall we walk over there? It's even more lush.
Why not?
So, and are you focusing as a musician? What are your like main when you write? what do you focus on mostly? What type of angle do you take on it?
Well, I grew up with the Bible, so there's a lot of inspiration in or a lot of I get sprinklered here.
Oh, oh
Uh,
yeah,
so there's a lot of like the esoteric truths that I'm trying to kind of bring out, but mostly nature is my biggest inspiration. Being out in nature, connecting with God through connecting with the earth, connecting with nature, and just sharing my heart with the people about what's going on with me.
yeah. So I like that a lot, and so what my project is about is to start talking about this particular solution that, for some reason, nobody appears to be talking about. And also, I'm approaching musicians like yourself and kind of advertising this story, and hopefully also inspiring musicians to take this particular solutions perhaps and digest it or yeah give shape to it, give it attention, and in that way aid to the realization of such a solution. And I'm completely winging it. So I have
Yeah.
no idea how to go about it. And so you're a musician. I'm just approaching you. And what do you think of this idea? Or maybe you would like me to talk a little bit more about that solution. But how do you feel about this idea or this project or this approach?
I think it's imperative. I mean, what's the focus of understanding the way everything's wrong if you aren't actively working on a way to try and correct those things within yourself and within the environment around you? um, yeah, I mean, for me, music is one of those aspects of trying, because I am a musician, because it comes naturally to me, it's inherent within who I am. It's a God-given, I would say. So to me, it's connecting with that as a form of solution. If I can offer a little bit of healing through a song or something like that, then obviously I have a lot of work to do, but as we all do. But yeah, I think solutions. That's what it's all about. That's why we're all here at the People's Reset in
Yeah.
Mexico and Morelia.
Yeah, it's very much a solution oriented gathering.
Absolutely.
So yeah, why don't I? Shall I talk a little bit about what Bob Monroe described?
Sure.
So we can walk a little bit past this thing. He got a lot of out of body experiences, and then he started to keep a log, and the logs turned into 3 books. And his second book, he described. His guides took him out of body to an explanation of why our earth or our realm is the way it is. And what he was told that it was a farm for the production of louche. And the creator who made this wasn't necessarily a very good guy. He was just interested in producing louche.
Mm-hmm.
And what how the louche gets created is by humans having strong emotions. So very much being concerned about our children, or also love creates a lot of louche.
Mm.
And but the whole way it's set up, it's so yeah ridiculous actually, with the repetitive incarnations and people having a lot of chatter in their mind all the time, and nobody is really feeling good. So his guides then, after a few chapters, they describe to him a world where everybody is not addicted to the human experience, but more free to incarnate as any creature that they like. For example, you can have the experience of being a panther, being a human, because you're a free soul, right? And in that world, there is no repetitive incarnation, there's no addiction to this strange human experience. So, yeah, and I was just wondering, winging it. So if suppose you would learn about this chapter and read it and experience it, how also he describes what it's like to be a cloud, or what it's like to be a leaf on a tree and be connected with the other leaves and feeling the connection. And how awesome would it be if we would get musicians to start translating that into music. So that's my project, and I'm just here to talk to you about it.
Cool.
And yeah, that's
Great.
it.
That's
Really.
great. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you interviewing me. I'll have to, read the chapter probably to understand more about exactly. Um, I heard the term loosh before. I'm somewhat familiar with it, and yeah, it's certainly an interesting concept. I think that there's something to it. But like you said, I think it's all about the solutions of,
Yeah.
you know,
And the whole idea is to stop focusing so much on the loosh issue and start focusing on what the solution could look like, and start feeling it also. Because I'm like, I know what it could look like. So today, when I'm cleaning my home, or I am working in my garden, I'm
mhm,
already feeling that I'm working towards that earth. So it can be like an intention how you do things now. And for example, if I clean up my issues, it will reduce that inner chatter that is not present in that human. So that's how I'm already very connected to that idea. What's going on here? So sorry, just beginning to learn this. So that's it. So project winging it, and
cool. Well, thanks for having me. If you want to check out my music, go to www.brendandanielmusic.com or redpillfriends.org, or I think it's .org or .com. Not sure yet. Check out Brendan Daniel Music on YouTube and all that stuff, and you can hear my music. And thanks for
yeah,
interviewing
let's
me.
see what comes forth from this.
Right on. Okay.
And thank you so much
Yeah.
for this. So if you want to learn more about this project, it's called Solooshion, Solooshion. So it has the word loosh in it.
Ah.
And yeah, there's a website, there's a channel. So keep in touch, and see you next time. Bye bye.